Good gracious. Party people. What's up, good people? What's happening? What's happening? What's good, everybody? Is everybody good? Good. What's up, Keish?
Hello.
Is everything all right?
It's wonderful. God is a miracle worker. It is wonderful. I can say that.
Good now, ain't it?
Yes, it is good. Yes.
Good. Well, come on in, everybody. Tap in so we can get this thing cracked off this evening. Jen's Loving Life came in first. What's up, Jen? Silma. Good great. I've never heard that name before. That is original. Silma said, and no, Adam&Eve work not narcs. Well, we're going to talk about it, Silma. We're going to talk about it tonight. Yes, we are. Woo! Mojo came through. What's up, Beth Mikey? Cherylina, what's going on? Oh boy. Something in my eye, y'all. What's good, family? Let's get in here and do what it does. We're going to do what we do. What we do, when we do, what we do, the way we do, what we do when we do it. That's Stevie Wonder, y'all. Do I do what you do when I do my love to you? That's how we do it. Andrea Davis. She Barhead. I know I'm saying that wrong. But hey, I went to public school. Get away with that. Kimberly Ortiz. Rosa Medina. What's up, Rosa? Yeah, come on in, everybody. I see Keisha in there. Just like Candy. Queen Franklin. Queen of self-love. Is that latest? Latar Shy Gardner. I think that's it. I went to public school. That's what it is. What's up, Jeanette? Librarian came through. Kimberly Ortiz. Silma. What's up, Gail M? Sherry Cole came through. Liberty.
Good every time.
Yeah. There you go. That's right, cute Quita. You know it. And you know this, man. Sherry Cole is in the building. Cute Quita's in the building. Felicia Brown came to get down. Yeah, I see y'all. Oh, that's Latarsha. Latarsha?
Tarsha is good.
Tarshia. Is that Tarshia?
It might be Tarsha. It might be Latarsha.
It's something like that. You know, I'm in the neighborhood, so.
Mine in the I, and they be like Shia. I'm like, it's just Sha. It's the Sha.
Something like that. Yeah, I get it. I got it. I'm gone.
Tarsha. They always add the I in it. Like I said, it's just Sha.
Now I said it right. Now. Like Jeffro Bodine. I got high school, I got third grade education. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. What's up, Angel? Angela? Angela, please. Ooh, I'm gonna stop saying the names right there. Thanks, Sherry Cole. Appreciate the love. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I appreciate you all. First, we're gonna start out. We're gonna thank God first. That yes, indeed, Q Quita. Thanks for getting us started. Appreciate that super chat, guys. Y'all see that $2 super chat is appreciated. I thank you. I appreciate you because yes, indeed, every little bit helps.
Yes.
It's tight out here. Woo! It's tighter than a size 12 foot wearing some size 10 shoes. Woo! Them some corns in the making. So yes, indeed, I get it. I got it. I understand. We're gonna thank God first and foremost, and always, because yes.
God is in control, man. He is helping us do this narc stuff and got us out the pit.
He got hold on. This is my favorite part. Hold on. What was that? What did he say? So he got Daniel out the lion's den.
Yes.
He got Joshua in the Battle of Jericho. He got off the island.
Are you doing coming to America? Just let your soul glow like that.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna always thank God first, man. Because yes, indeed, He gave me another day, got me in here, breathing right, talking right. You know what I'm saying? Acting like I'm supposed to act most of the time. Yeah. So yes, we're gonna say it because that's what it is, y'all. That's how it go. That's how we roll with it. Yeah, yes. Yeah. So, secondly, we're gonna thank the chat for coming in here because the chat, y'all make this, what is without the chat? You know what I'm saying? What is the huddle without the team coming together? To hear the play. This is the play. You did. Yes, indeed. I want to thank everybody who was a member. Good grace, the membership is looking wonderful. It's stronger than ever. Yes, you are appreciated. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, guys. It's easy to become a member. All you do is, I think, you got to hit the $ on there, and it's like $3 a month, something like $3 or $4 a month. A month, y'all hear that? With $3 or $4 a month. That's how easy. That's how simple it is. I sure enough love it and appreciate it. And surely, I one thing you ain't ever gonna forget is the sponsors. The Cash App sponsors. They come in with the Cash Apps, man. Like, and just make your day. It's like somebody puts up in your Cash App. Y'all know how good that feels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That feels incredible. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That feels incredible. Because yes, without it, man, oh man.
Hopefully one day we can get some things like with the members that like it's some content that can get posted that go really like deeper, but it's not really allowed on YouTube. So that'll really help.
That's why we talked about the podcast. So, I said the three of us, we were going to put that together. We had not put it together yet. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we live in a world where you got to be thinking outside the box, and when you put yourself in places like this, like I've been shadow banned for the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to get out of it. I mean, that's some detailed work. So you're gonna have things like that are going to be those cliffhangers for you. You know what I'm saying? It happens, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got people behind the scenes who hate seeing my face come through here. Put the ugliest picture of me during the stills. When I post the video, they be doing everything in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Not just like that.
I mean, because it kills them. The person who's doing it is killing this person to see people watch the video, to see that, you still have leverage in this game. People still want to hear. And it's not just that. The thing that's really killing the person is to see people and they're getting through. They're figuring this thing called narcissism out. That's what really hurts. You did. It really is painful to narcissists out here to know that you guys are breaking through, to know that you're getting the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? And and frankly, and to be honest, guys, a lot of times people don't listen. We don't listen as humans. I think just we don't listen to information when we don't pay for it. We might hear it, but we might not necessarily follow through with it. But the minute you just put $2 next to it, you get a different result because now you invested. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules, but that's how it goes most of the time. When you go to a therapist, you usually they're not going to tell you something you don't already know, but because you paid for it, now you're invested. I mean, that's just how we are as people, man. But at the end of the day, that's life. That's how it is. I want to shout out my people. I want to shout out my girl, Patrice, baby, Danita Joe, and Connie Everlasting Barnes. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all some wonderful people. Wonderful, good old people. Yes, you are. You are appreciated. Yes, indeed. Q Quita said, Q Quita. I know I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that super chat, Quita.
Oh, the stuff they doing.
They passed the bill today. They can take your channel if they don't like what you are saying. And I'm you know what? I don't care. I don't even care. Cause you know what? When you get stuff like that happens, guys, when you get stuff like that to silence who you want to silence, they want the TV to say what they wanted to say. That's it. They don't want to hear your voice. If you're not going with the agenda, guys, if you're not, and I'm saying this, they get to do stuff like that. You know why? Because their world is done. I said it. It's over. It's over. Okay, they are in the last hour of total destruction and completely being dismantled. And they can snatch everything they want to snatch. It is whatever, because what they got is limited. Their time is done. It's over.
And they the narcs. They the narcs, and narcs are always the Lulu.
That's all it is.
And you have even in the Bible talk about it. They insane. It say the spiritual will be insane. They are absolutely deluded and delulu, and it talk about how they will be able to convince others to be deluded.
That's all it is. And that's what it's connected to.
Yeah,
that's all it's connected to. You want to be living in the street. We're making it illegal. We're gonna make it illegal for you to be homeless, but we're gonna make you homeless.
Yeah. That's nice. They just see, they listening to AI like AI cool. AI is the devil.
AI is a computer. And it is programmed by somebody. Okay, it doesn't program itself.
AI. See, we got to remember CERN over there firing.
That's how you get shadow banned, because it's AI's bots watching every video. They're looking for keywords.
Yeah.
That's all. When you say one of those keywords, it's okay. Shut it down. Slow it down. Slow this motion down. That's all it is. And it's not gonna stop. They need a computer. See, that's how hatred works, y'all.
Yeah.
That's how hatred works. They so full of it that they don't trust that the other haters hate as much as they do. So they had to program AI to be there for them, to be the consistent hater. So AI is right there to shut it down. That's all it is. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen. I'm gonna say this, y'all. And again, it is what it is, man. Ain't nothing I can do about what they gonna do, except not worry about it. We got somebody in here that done already told us he gonna keep being in charge, even when the turn is up. How is he gonna do that?
I'm sorry.
I'm about to tell you. Because when you at war, look, when the country's at war, which is another one of those words that they look at to slow you down. Because they don't want people to know what's really happening.
Yeah.
And guys, this is how they do it. Slow it down. He putting too much out there. Shut him down, man. Shut him down. Cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off. Kick all them videos off of it. We don't need this.
All kind of stuff.
That's what it's coming down to. And then people are like, people out there looking and searching, they're gonna have a Facebook or a YouTube full of just narcs telling you this is what we really think. This is how narcs really think, y'all.
Yeah. How to keep your narc, how to play games with them. They pretty much telling you how to stay in a contract with death. Like that is it. Narcissists will destabilize your nervous system. And even if you look at all the curses, they talk about having that inflammation. That's a big major thing right now. That's what's causing people their brains to be swelling. They having migraines. They having all of these infections all the time. They can't lose weight, or they can't gain weight, or they might have stomach paralysis. I talked to somebody with that. All of these things are happening because of interacting with a narcissist so long. It will start to cause systemic organ failure. These people are connected with death, but because they separate the spiritual from the physical all the time, they groomed us that way. No one makes the connection. But if you were dealing with a straight Luciferian Satanist, you would be like, oh, it's something evil in here. That is what you're dealing with the narcissist. They are that. It is no exception. They are that.
Listen, they have taken the nutrition out the food.
Yep.
Out the water. Guys, everything we eat, y'all notice you got to take supplements now.
Distill your water. Gotta do that.
This is the first time in the history of this world that we know of where the food and the water and the air has been polluted to the point where it has all of the nutrients have been taken out. Mm-hmm. The devil said he gonna trick us all. He said, listen, this however I gotta get to him. Y'all, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. You eat fast food. Y'all didn't even the things we don't even know. We have this assumption you eat a fast food hamburger, some lettuce and tomatoes on it. But my thinking is what you don't know is that food, even that doesn't have any nutrition in it.
That might be 3D printing. This is what you can do. Just like they can use sorcery to change our food into something else. We can use prayer to change something else into our food. This is how we have to really understand the power of who God is. God rains down manna for his. Like he do not play this YouTube stuff. Yeah, I was talking a lot. I do speak a whole bunch of truth on here. And yeah, they came for me, the boards and everything, boards, attorneys, all of that, try to shut me down, all kind of stuff. But my God, when he in control, he showed me a miracle. Like, don't matter what they say. They had the snake eyes and everything. I'm straight looking at snake eyes, trying to keep a straight face. He was like, I'm going to show them. Because when he said he going to prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies, it was just me and the whole team of heaven. And that thing got done. Everything. They was in shock. They was like, this has never happened. I'm like, y'all really don't know who my God is. Y'all really sleeping on him. He really conquered the whole world, sin, death, hell, and the grave. He don't play with his children. So when we speak truth, and that's why I had to get back on there, because I did have fear. I'm not even gonna lie, I was having fear. The narc X, he came and did some stuff. They even dug him out, and he was doing stuff. I'm like, this is some crazy stuff happening. But God was like, stay the course, and he moved. And we gotta know that's what's happening.
You're gonna be tried. You're gonna be attacked. It ain't nobody getting. You can't go to the next level without a test. Mm-hmm. We all get tested. We all get tested, and that's what it is. At the end of the day, yeah, they gonna test me. They testing me now. They test me every day. I ain't got no pass nowhere. I don't have a pass, y'all. I get tested daily. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. because what I know is what I see, what I'm living, what I feel, what I touch, what I taste, what I smell. And we're in the fight for our lives right now, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. We are in the fight for our lives right now. We could sit back here and don't get me wrong, I get it. You know, when you in a relationship that's bad and it's, you know, it's you going through and you trying to figure out what's going on, that's just another distraction.
It's a distraction.
That's just another distraction. That's the devil's job. That's the job of all narcissists to keep
Mhm.
you distracted, to make you numb to what's going on out here, to how bad it really is out here.
Yeah.
We sitting around here waiting for food prices. This dude got on TV and said the other night, food price, everything ready to go back down. Now, in the history of the entire world, have you ever seen anything go back to what it was?
Have you ever seen something be changed to the Department of War? I mean, the Department of Defense. When we have historical, they are not in control. They have AI governance already overseas in Tasmania, wherever that place is called, Diala, that thing. This stuff, they got tricked and deceived by the devil. They summons them up. The Apollo CERN is open, the pits, the gate is open. They summons them up. He did them like he did the angels. He deceived them. He laughing at them like, this is what I do. Y'all not in control. They in control. War is Apollo. That's a whole deity. That's a principality. They are doing what they do, but God's people doing what they do. What
And
we have to do is get rid of the narcissist. The narcissist is waster. They got a waster spirit, and it's they don't want God. Pray for them, have mercy, because they human. Just push them on out the door. Because if
they
you're still connected to them,
want
that
you
kingdom.
to be disconnected from God. That
Mhm.
is the mission.
That's it.
The devil's mission for you to be disconnected, no matter how you disconnected, whether it's you got to be spiritual or you got to just be non-religious, whatever you got to be.
Yeah.
They want you disconnected from God because as long as you disconnected from God, you ain't got a chance at winning nothing. You don't have a chance at an eternal life on any level. They already know I got you as long as I can get you to disconnect. As
Yes.
long as I can put enough pressure on you to make you scared, to make you fall, to take you completely out.
Yep.
You do it from just being afraid of losing your job, afraid of losing your money, afraid of losing your place.
Fear.
Whatever the fear they got to throw at you is, they gonna throw it. That's all it's about out here, y'all. That's all it's about. Every day we sitting here, we trying to figure out, we trying to stay occupied while the walls are closing in. You see the walls, you feel it closing in. And every day we sitting here trying, what is going on? Every day? It get worse every day? Y'all ever been somewhere where it get worse every day?
Every day.
Right here.
Worse.
It's right here. It get
No.
worse every single day. And look at us. Look at us.
Yeah.
Times done got worse than it's ever been. And why?
And
Because and it's basic.
yeah.
Start get them divided. First thing we gonna do is get y'all divided. Because united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah. And
So
it's so many different, like even with all the different belief systems and things, like we are fighting a kingdom of darkness that has waged war on humanity. That means water kingdom, air principalities, all of that. They hate all humanity. They don't care what you believe in. They hate you. We all are so divided. We don't even want to listen to what God is giving somebody else to say. We don't even want to hear it because we're so divided. If someone is filled with the spirit of the living God, listen to them, because God is going to speak through his people just like Satan speaking through his. We have to understand, like this, some right now some people are still dealing with their narcissists. Some people have accepted the Hoover even after they have seen the destruction that the narcissist caused. They accepted the Hoover thinking that this time is going to be different. That equates to insanity. That is literally how they came up with their definitions. Some of the definitions of insanity say that doing the same thing but expecting a different outcome. You got the same factors. The narc is still a narc. If they were a narcissist and they did that to you, do not think those demons came out because they went and slept with a bunch of other people. And you probably slept with a bunch of other people. The demons never came out. They're still there and more, and they coming back to finish the job. Yet, because of insanity, you can accept the Hoover out of fear. Like some people fear is, I don't want this person to act out. I don't want them to come and cause a corruption. I don't want the children to be sad without a parent. I don't want to pay child support. I don't want to not have anybody to watch my children on the weekends. All of these fears. Yeah, you were engaged with someone who was a priest or a priestess for the devil and the demons. Every fear is going to come to pass. Like it's inevitable. This is what he do. If you have a fear that if I get back with this person and this time they're going to do me worse, and then you try to talk yourself out of it and do all of these different control factors to make sure that don't happen, the thing that you fear the most that's in your heart is going to happen. Then you're going to get back with them. The same thing going to happen, but they're going to do it worse. That's what's going to happen because that's a fear. Fear feeds off of that. It planted it and it feeds off of it. Then it creates a situation for you to go through that process so it can eat. This is spiritual first. And a lot of people accepted the Hoover because they accepted the Hoover and they believe what the devil was saying through this narcissist. All hell break loose because he only do three things: kill, steal, destroy. The destroyer, Abaddon, that they release, that's in the characteristics of them. That's why we the Department of War. That's why all of this is happening. They're destroying. They're doing what they do. Steal. They want to steal your inheritance. They want to steal your wealth. Satan know that Bible like a law book. He read all Deuteronomy, the blessings and the curses. He know once you get with that narcissist, that idol, all of that come on. It even talk about when a man betroths a wife, when he's supposed to marry a wife, another man gonna take her. How many people have that happen to? Because this is how this works. He said everything you put your hands to, it's gonna be cursed. It won't even flourish. It said God gonna do this. He gonna send the enemies. He gonna make you come at them one way, and he gonna make them scatter you seven. It say he will do this. We gotta read that part. We love the blessings. You blessed going in, you blessed coming out, blessed in the city. We love that. That's all good. Your children gonna be blessed. Your finance, everything blessed. Your enemies, he gonna handle it. But then you gotta read what happens when you get with the narcissist, because they're an accursed being. They're willfully surrendering their body as a temple to the kingdom of darkness. All the curses come. And then we wonder why things are not happening. We're praying, we're fasting, we're doing this. We even taking the little devil to church. You got to come to church. You got to pray. We're doing all of that. And we wonder why it's happening because they're our idol. We would not let it go when God said no. It said their heart is not with me. So if that one has to be cursed and then y'all join together, that's a covenant. The curse gonna go to both of y'all.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, that's what we asking for. The same way. Come on, that's what we started tonight with Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, because we jumped on Eve the other night, but boy, it was resistance, and I like that. But yeah, so that's what happened. Adam, who got the instruction, and don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, he was responsible for leading Eve. He was responsible for provision, protection. But he's not in control of Eve. She still has her own free will.
Right.
And she decided she was listening to the serpent, which basically was just a man with a forked tongue. Somebody just spitting game at her. She wanted to hear it, right? She was open to it. You got heaven. You in heaven. You in the Garden of Eden. Everything that you possibly could want sitting right there. And all you got to do is not do this one thing. Just leave them fools over there alone. That's it.
Yeah.
And you got everything else you want.
one thing.
And they could not do it. Now, the story is bigger than just Eve, though, because Adam, he worse than her.
Yeah.
He's a bigger narcissist than she is.
They waiting yet.
Call him a narcissist. Ain't that what the question gonna be? Why is Adam a narcissist? Ain't he one?
No, Adam was this. He was perfect.
Hold it. He had a direct command from God himself.
That's true.
He had a direct conversation with God himself.
And he was doing good with that command. He was cool. Life was good for some years.
He was doing good. He sat back there, and everything God told him and showed him, he walked right away from it because of the influence of this woman. She said, you ain't gonna do what? That ain't the only thing you ain't gonna do if you don't get over here with this. And Adam went with it. He's like, uh-oh. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to get on over there. I mean, just wimped out. He just simped out. And then look at it through their bloodline with Cain and Abel. Look what they produced.
But this is what you have to look at too.
I'm saying that because that's a lot of us who have reproduced with a narcissist. And then we wondering why these children so crazy. No, we gotta call the truth the truth.
Anybody, some of them, them genetics.
The truth. Adam had an assignment. At the beginning, the end, whatever. He had a direct instruction, and he did not follow it. Surely God could give him. God gave him the woman. God gave him the woman, and then he sat back and said, he tried to blame it on God and the woman. Well, God, you
that's what happens.
This crazy fool over here.
That's how, and today it's still the same way. See, it said she gave him the fruit to her husband, who was with her. He was with her.
We still in the same situation that we was back then. Every man in history that's taken a fall has taken a fall because of either his lust over a woman or some connection with a woman.
See, this how it is. Satan, the serpent, he's the seraphim. Remember, he could convince the angels. That's the narcissist. The narcissist is without any love. Adam was full of love. He was perfect. Eve was from the rib. She full of love. They are like children. And Satan, who been around studying them, who hates them, who know how they are, because he know God. He know how this works. He just sitting there making himself like the narcissists do. Comfortable. I'm harmless. I'm helping y'all. He probably helped them with a whole bunch of stuff. He has some little tricks, he could do. And he probably was helping them in everything, just like the narcissist. The narcissist comes into our life helpful. They want to do this. They want to do this for us. Look, they made this happen, or they did this, or they cooked, they cleaned. They're such a great asset to have around. Everything was not bad with them, or we wouldn't have been with them. They made us laugh. We went on trips. They did all kind of wonderful things, so we thought. But it was all just like Satan did, to get closer and closer and closer, because all while we're thinking this is love, this is, family, this is future, this is fuzzy, he had one thing in mind. I need him to eat that fruit so I can be in charge. That's what the narcissist is. I need him because I need that paycheck. I need to be in charge. I'm going to need that income. I need that child support payment. I need to make him suffer because he reminds me of my dad that left me. Or I need to make her suffer and destroy her because she act like my mother that I can't stand. Or I need her money, or I need her car, or I need her house. I need to make it seem like mine. That's how the narcissists think. That's how Satan did. Satan birthed iniquity. He gave birth to that thing in heaven when he was starting to envy the throne that God was on, because he was the closest at the throne of all the angels. So he's sitting there, he envying like, I can be on that throne.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the narcissists do. I can have this house.
And
Even though they
you
went to
know
school and
what?
worked hard, that can be my job.
But Keith, the thing about it was Satan is sitting there, he was jealous. He
Yeah.
was jealous that he wasn't in power because God put Adam in charge.
But Satan, he had a gift to
Mad
deceive.
about that. Hmm?
He had a gift to deceive. People, if you knew a worship, the power of worship influences the soul. That's why hip hop, R&B, country, anything somebody listen to, R&B, like bedroom music, it can put you in a mood. It can influence your soul a certain way. Satan was over worship, and then he can look at somebody and he can change their reality.
Well, hold up. Because let's be clear about something. Satan ain't never came to nobody high vibrational. He's always gonna come to you from a low vibration. So if your mindset is high vibrational and you hear something that is in contrast, that may be the initial attraction to what he is saying. Because yeah, we are attracted to contrast. We
The
are.
celestials, see the demons. It's a pyramid. Demons, imps, all of one. Those are low vibrational. Fear in them. The second heaven, the celestials, those on a different level. Those are the ones that can't, because when they go to new age can be in a high vibration. The ones the ones that's over there, sir. I
New age.
talk
What,
the new age
what do
people.
you see out here? This new age, this high vibrational right now.
So I'm gonna just use quotes from like one of these people I had talked to. This doctor, her name Dr. Astor, but she was saying that they get themselves on this frequency, and they frequency they say love and stuff, and this is not God. You got human spirit, but I'm talking soul.
We talking about a vibration. What do we got out here that's high vibrational right now?
As far as
That's out here tricking people, because if you can see, it's the same pattern.
pleasure,
The music
it's high vibrational.
we listening to, all this trash that we listening to coming through the radio, ain't none of that high vibrational.
No, that's horrible. But you have pleasure. Like dopamine is pleasure. So pleasure, that's the feel good. That's what Satan used. That's in the soul. Your soul can go happy, because you got happy people that may not be filled with the spirit of God. They may just be happy, and they may just be like, can put themselves in a good mood. The celestials,
Hold it.
they can attach to that.
Good night, Keith. I'm pushing back. Tell me how somebody happy that ain't following God, that ain't with God. What kind of happiness we talking about?
The happiness that they know of. They probably haven't. They probably had two parents. They probably had a home, or even if they didn't have two parents, they probably grew up with feeling of love. They probably felt love. Everybody that don't.
I'm gonna go with Q Quita said. That weed, marijuana, some alcohol, some type of happily there. Cause I just ain't got nobody. If you ain't got God, you ain't got no happy, not no real happy.
You don't have joy. You can have happiness, but no joy. Your dopamine can still be there. You can have parents that may love you. They just may not know God, but they know family. They have community. It's a lot of people that have community and things, and they feel this sense of happiness and contentment, and they have that. They just don't. They may have a void, but they fill it up with things in life. So other things in life can get that dopamine really going in the brain. That's what the enemy work on, because he make it to where people feel like it's a feeling. They don't need God. That's why when God deal with us, he deal with us in spirit and in truth, because in spirit you may not feel it. Your spirit gonna feed your soul and flesh.
You feel, hey Keith, everybody in this world is connected to God, even the devil. Every last one of us is has a connection to God. Point blank. It's just some of us are listening to it, some of us respect it, and the rest of them have said, I ain't listening to that. I'm doing what I want to do.
I showed a picture when he's talk about how we was children of wrath. How people have anger and madness, and they just children of wrath. The spirit man is with the death guard. He carries it in prison, and they are not connected with God. God is still trying to get to them, because his spirit is all throughout the earth. But that spirit man is what God is connected to in spirit. Like that's when they have their relationship with God. He's still working on them, but if the spirit man is in prison,
All free will, Keisha. Keisha, God gave us all the free will.
he gave us free will.
Hey,
That's
look
in the
here.
soul.
God
Man,
said,
will, and emotions is soul.
God said,
Spirit man is resurrected
I'm
spirit.
here with you. God said, I'm here with you. Now, if you choose me, that's on you. But if
Get
you
your
don't
spirit.
choose me, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's
So
all.
say our soul cry out like we did. We all got crushed. When we was with the narcissist, we was operating out of our soul, our emotions, our mind, will, and emotions, your
Yes.
energy and motion. We
Yes.
cried out. We got crushed. We said, God, I want you. When we became born again, he got our spirit man from the death guard. That's why we're born again. Now we're born.
But hold up. What wasn't he there with you the whole time?
He always there.
Wasn't God there as the voice we refused to listen to?
Yes, because he loves us. He always there, and the angels are always working.
Hey,
And but being born again is when you have that relationship with him. It's when your body becomes a temple for his dwelling. So before that, we were not a temple for his dwelling. We was in dwelling for demons, like lust and fear and everything else. But once the Holy Spirit came in, you got to be born again, and your spirit man connects with the Holy Spirit. That's when you read the Bible and you understand everything because it's him. And that's when you speak, that's the spirit of truth. He said when you born again, his spirit comes and then he dwells in you. And that's how we move. We move in his spirit. And that's life. That's the spirit of truth and life. We
right.
need a spirit. But without that, without being born again, once you born and you give up your inheritance, and our inheritance is to be with him. Everybody born with that in him, in the spirit. But then you have a decision to make at puberty. Do you want your inheritance or do you want to forfeit it and go serve the devil? A lot of people choose to go serve the devil. Spirit man goes to prison until Jesus come and free it.
So there you go. It's still going to be one thing about God, man, that nobody can say. Nobody could turn back around and say that they did not have. See, one thing you're not going to be able to do when you do decide to go on to another life, you will not be able to look back at this life and say that, well, God made me do such and such and such. No, he allowed you free will, meaning you could do, no. He's like, it's like Burger King right here, champ. You're gonna do it your way. You get to do it your way today and every day. Your decision is where your destination is going to determine.
Yeah.
Okay. The special one. Thank you so much, special one. Said thank you for
Thank you.
what you do. God bless you and the ladies. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed.
We just gotta live. If we get rid of the idols, then the mind clears up. See, Satan want to hijack the mind. That's all he can do is like he's a manipulator of the mind. But if we can get rid of that and think clear, then you will hear God giving you instruction on what it takes. Because it's real simple. It's just like, God, I need you. He moved. Everything else you don't even have to figure out. I just need you. I don't want to live like this. I want you and I want your spirit. He got it. When the churchanity, I'm not gonna say the real church because God's people is his people, but that whole organization, they make it difficult and confusing. All you do, your tears sometimes can pray for you, like you crying out.
But what does that tell you when you go into a place that's supposed to be a place of worship and it's supposed to be a place where you can learn about a connection with God, and it's everything but that? Who does that tell you that's in charge in that building?
Snakes in a pit. Snakes in a pit. That's how it is. I've seen all the snakes in the pit.
That's exactly.
But you got some people there that really want them, and that's what's sad because there are some people that really truly love God that's there, that's deceived, and unfortunately probably being under a spell or in a cult.
Yes.
But he give us discernment. That's why we need his spirit. His spirit gonna let us know, that's a snake in there. Now, did you see him just slither his tongue? Did you see the snake eyes change? You will see this stuff. Just like even with the narcissist, like even when we in our process, because what God does, he know our end even at the beginning. So even when we haven't figured it out, his hands still be on us. That's why we still feel him, we still hear him and everything else, because he know at this point in time we gonna get it. So he's still helping shape us. He's very merciful. But when we sit up here and we can look at the narcissist like, wait a minute, we smell something. We smell this odor. That's wrong. That's God. That's his mercy helping us with our gifts to see like discernment. This is the devil. This is something evil. This is something wicked. I need to run. Or when you with them and they overheating. I don't know if anybody ever had the overheating narcissist, but when you land with them, sometimes like they body just get real hot. That's a warfare happening. And you just like you just gotta stay away because you just it's too much. Like you just overheating. I'm telling you, they working with some stuff.
I'm gonna say
we gotta pay attention.
When we are here and we all are of free will. We all have free will.
Yep.
Okay. All of us, not some, not a few. All of us have free will. And our free will allows us to choose a person, whomever we please.
Yeah.
We're going to go and we're going to try this and we're going to see if we can work this out. And then we even get to see that this ain't, this person got a lot of issues. But guys, we don't even mind that. We don't even mind that somebody has a lot of issues. We want to be the hero. We want to be the savior. We want to be just like God made us. We want to save. We want to help somebody, save them so that they can save us. Well, that's where we get it wrong, ladies and gentlemen, because good people are good people and bad people are bad people.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules. I just follow the rules. And bad people, guys, bad people, they gonna have references just like good people. With references. Once you get to know them and you get to know their friends and get to know, don't get to know one of the exes or some of the exes, because they will have references just like we have. Mm-hmm. Just like we have, guys. Yeah. And references can tell you exactly what you need to know about this person. Everybody comes with references. When you're dealing with a narcissist, that narcissist, you ain't the first person. You're not the person that they've manipulated, that they have run game on, that they lied to, that they've cheated on. Guys, you're not even the 20th person. They live their life and they're dedicated to living a life just like that. And guys, just like I said about Adam and Eve, look at their children, Cain and Abel. Look at the children. Look what happened when they reproduce. We sitting there talking about like, nah, man, they could, if they narcissists, we all narcissists. No, they not. No, that don't make you a narcissist.
Abel was good.
A narcissist is a choice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It is a choice. And either you choose it or you choose not.
You choose it.
It's just that simple. We keep trying to overcomplicate real life. And we still want to make excuses for bad behavior. Bottom line is, I'm so glad, guys, that y'all brought that to my attention, that Adam was worse than Eve. I don't no woman bashing hunt. That don't make me feel good that Eve was seduced by this clown.
They both was right there.
But what was worse to me? What's worse than what Eve did? Because what she did was horrific.
The serpent was
worse. Is that Adam, who was left in charge? You left in charge, and you worse than her.
Yeah. That's why
we could have said, okay, this is a her thing, and we could cut her off and go to someone else. Okay, but that's what he did. He said, "Nah, man, it was the woman, man. She the one who she forced this on." The woman forced something on you? What?
That's what happens once they did the fruit, three things happen. And this is what happens when you take the fruit of the devil. Because he still got the narc was some fruit. It was something that was sweet and consuming, desirable, pleasurable, pleasant to the eye, just like they said the tree was.
Yes.
Once they take the fruit, guilt, shame, fear happened. They seen they was naked. Oh my gosh, let me cover up. Then they felt shameful. Let me go and hide. They felt fearful because here come God. What's up? Adam, where you at? Why you hiding? We was afraid. He said fear. See, Satan get these things plunged in. So when he sends his tools, because everybody can have salvation. They can. Like God did, Jesus died for all humanity. They have been rejecting salvation from childhood. It will take a miracle to get them, but we are not that miracle, because that becomes idolatry, and God don't go against his word. We are in the way of the crushing that it takes to break them to get the miracle. Because when Leviathan is in the mix and they're that prideful, it takes a severe crushing for that soul to cry out to God. And Satan does everything he can to prevent that from happening. That's why he picked very pretty vessels, fit vessels, intelligent vessels. He's very particular on his narcissistic vessels because he don't want them to ever get to the point where they cry out, because he want to use them up.
Well, I'm gonna say this, okay, Bella, talking about they both were fooled.
They were fooled. They were deceived. He said it.
Okay, they were deceived.
That's why we got redemption.
How you get deceived if I told you not to go over there?
They're supernatural beings.
Not to go over there dealing with them. I told you not to go over there messing with these fools, because I told you what they was about. And the bottom line was, you didn't take the one who gave you everything. See, this is what our biggest beef is with a narcissist.
Yeah.
Who gave them everything? He gave them life.
Mm-hmm.
You gave this person everything. And what did they give? But how did they thank you?
They taking over.
How do you think God felt after that? How do you think God felt to know that the only people he got, the only people he got?
That's what God did with me. He really did that with me, because I asked that. I was like, God, I did everything that you told me to do this time. We waited till we got married. We did everything you said do. How is this happening? How did this? I had all of those questions. He said, he showed me the scripture. How you think I felt when you went into adultery with me? How you think I felt? Do it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? But he merciful. He was like, you up there, you crying, you broke down. He said, I was sad. I was hurt. Seeing you go after those idols, after those false gods, that was very painful. Seeing how they would defile you, I was very hurt. I did everything to stop you, and then he's still here. And he was like, but I'm still here, and I'm still gonna repair you. I'm gonna comfort you. I'm gonna build you back up. I'm gonna bandage you. I'm gonna handle them, because what they did to you, I'm gonna do all of this. But I was hurt. That pain that you feel, I feel it repeatedly.
But hold it. So Adam could have repented right there.
Adam was done.
Adam could have said, man, I'm sorry, man.
That was before mercy.
Sit here and lie. I ain't gonna make up no story. I ain't gonna try to blame it on her. I'm gonna stand up like a man and say, I've sinned. I'm sorry for going against you. Please forgive me. He did not choose that.
He was pre-Christ. Ain't nobody doing that. You gotta have God's spirit in order to do that.
Nobody doing that. It's you and God.
We live at a time after Christ did that. When Christ died for humanity, we have opportunity to feel God's spirit. They ain't had it back then. It was just once the demons was in, demons is in.
So what we ain't gonna do is pretend. What we cannot do is pretend that just because Christ wasn't born at that time that Adam couldn't say I'm sorry.
couldn't say I was sorry.
See, that's like saying that the narc don't know that they sorry, that they couldn't say this. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I have done you wrong.
The narc is
Went
a death guard. Got their spirit. They ain't even themselves.
To confess my faults. To confess my faults to God. Mm-hmm. If I can't do that, then what does that make me?
A reprobate mind. It make them have a corrupt mind. They can do it, but okay, we're talking present time pre-Christ. So that time when God speak, and it's still today, even what he said back then, you will surely die. Yes, everybody has to die. That his word is metaphysical throughout all realms, all timelines, and it don't change. He cannot go back on this word. He had to he had to make a whole new creation, put part of himself in a womb, his righteous right hand, because he said, I'm gonna save them by my righteous right hand, which he always had, because he knew that would happen even before Satan was made. He always had the righteous right hand, his word spoken as his representative on earth. I'm gonna make this one flesh. And once I make it flesh, it's going to take on sin and death in the flesh, and it would die, and flesh would die. The sin and death will be conquered in the flesh. So our flesh still go, but now I'm making a new creature. He the only one that could. Now we have spirit, soul, flesh. So our spirit and soul is now able to be resurrected. We became a new creature in Christ Jesus. That's what it say. So the whole humanity changed. And because whole humanity changed, we see and feel they don't feel back.
Not gotten to the place where you can explain why Adam and Eve could not have just said, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Was taking over.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. For you to not be able to do that, that makes you a devil to me.
Well, black goo was in them. They were jacked up.
Directly to God, I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and I'm sticking with this wrong. Directly to God, I'm standing right here in God's face, and I'm saying I'm sticking with this. She made me do it. I'm gonna sit here and tell.
They didn't know evil first. They ate from the tree of good and evil, the tree of good and Ra. If you use the name Ra, what they ate was iniquity, his seed that takes over the mind. It make them ziggity boo. They don't know. They didn't. They just like, we gonna cover it up.
Listen, it's a parable. The tree of good and evil, the same tree of good and evil that's right here, right now. Listen, if you listen to that man over there, you ain't gonna be nothing. You're gonna be walking around here barefoot and pregnant all the time. And look at him, you know they ain't no good. What he mad about is he's scared that if you go out here and get your own education, you're gonna be smarter than him, and you're gonna be running the world.
That was
he ain't no the same exact devil that was living right back then. It's the same lie. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing
new. And people fall for the same lie.
Everybody falling for the exact same lie. It's the
insanity
lie. And now I'm seeing the craziest videos I ever seen in my life. Satan is in full effect out here. This devil is in full effect. They have what how should I call it? They have narcissists out here telling women, other devils disguised as women.
Yeah,
I'm calling them devils disguised as women. Listen, y'all, we need to just have relationships with each other, and your dog or your cat or your plant. We're gonna show these men. Anybody crazy enough to listen to these devils?
They're crazy enough to listen. It's insanity.
They absolute devils telling you, no, don't go over here and compromise with a man to make a family and grow like nature's natural order. God's natural order. Don't go over here and be agreeable with some man. No, don't do that. Go over here and stay over here with us.
They have covenants and contracts they got to uphold from the devil.
Exactly.
This is how that works.
Let me say this. Do you know to listen to the devil, to listen to the word of that devil and follow that, Go out here. I'm gonna just be with this person. We gonna stay. This gonna be us as women, and we gonna be with our dogs and our cats and our plants.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what your life depends on? Do you know you erase yourself from the memory of this planet when you don't reproduce anymore? When you stop one of the main purposes in your life and you listen to a devil tell you that ain't what you are. You much more than that. You are AI computer scientist.
Yeah.
That's better than being a mother. You listen to this.
People they are insane. It's a majority of the people are trying to go to the upload. What is the upload? They are convinced that they will have a better life.
It is pure insanity.
That's what Satan gets. Confusion of the heart. That's in the scripture. Read Hosea now. I think it's 9:7. Confusion of the heart, insanity, madness of the mind. That's what happened. And he had Hosea be with the prostitute, be with the whore. When you dealing with a harlot, they call the harlot the alien. And that's a different interpretation than the other time it's mentioned the alien when it's calling it a sojourner. But this alien is it's a strange deity thing, a harlot. They got many names for it in the interpretation in the Strong's Concordance. When he was with the harlot, he had madness of the mind, that's what it would bring, confusion of the heart, and then the spirit will be insanity. That's the human spirit. Your spirit will be insane. You won't make rational decisions.
See, that's something that we're not talking about. That's something we're not talking about. How even as men, we have let our lust lead us into a world. And that's what's allowing us to continue to go forward in all this absolute madness. It is not
madness.
It's not.
And you cannot redefine harlotry.
It's getting worse day by day. This world is getting worse every single day, and we still sitting here. But no, we just need more freedom. We just need a little more freedom to
they just declared Kensington like zombie land, like. The new drug that they put out here, the methadone or something like that, it started with an M. That new thing, they got people bent over like it's worse than the train. That just after the train. That one, they declared that zombie land. I mean, we coming to a point now where you don't even know what you're gonna be dealing with when you're trying to lay down with somebody. This lust of the eyes thing. The woman, if they tripping and stuff, God can deal with that. The men got to be on point because the men can say, I'm not about to deal with this woman. And the women, they kind of go and they do whatever they do, but they don't have as much of the authority weight as the men do when as far as how God's order is. Now, if the women is messing with the men, and I'm talking about the harlots. I'm not talking about God's women. I'm not talking about the women he got his hand on. I'm talking about the ones they got some strange stuff in they blood. It's some people out here that's not what you think. And they out here just like they sent them, the strange women, to Beor and that to talk about in Revelation to that church. They doing the same thing. And these things out here, they are taking life force. And then once they get with a man and put that on them and do that whatever they do, and then they go to a woman, even if that woman is a good woman, that thing that connected to them is still extracting life force now from 2 people, then from 3 people, and then they ruining destinies. Like, we got to know what we're dealing with. The warfare at a whole different level right now.
It absolutely is. Danita Joe said Adam knew because he lied to God willingly. He absolutely did. Satan lied to Eve by deception. He twisted God's word. And because God told them, if you this, if you go over there and mess with them fools over there, you will surely die. See, they thought, but Satan, just like the language we speak, it has a duality.
Yeah.
Satan said, no, you ain't gonna die. No.
And that's why he gave authority to the man, because he said the woman was deceived.
I have more wisdom than God. And he already knew that's all she wanted to hear. That she could be more powerful. He convinced them because he lying. He convinced them. And see, this is what you got to look at, people. This serpent was able to convince Eve that she could be more powerful, have more wisdom than God himself. But yet, the serpent did not have more wisdom than God. So how you gonna listen to somebody to tell you that you gonna, if you do this, you come over and smoke this, or you go read this book, or you go listen to this message, you gonna be smarter than God? How you gonna listen to somebody who has not proven that they have more wisdom than God?
They might say you're gonna be as like God. But that's how he does even now. This is happening even now. You can live forever. You don't have to do this to do that. This happens when you start redefining things, redefining what's right. Everybody can go in self-righteousness and do these things. But it's easy because we have a soul. These are ancient beings we dealing with. They've been on here for a long time. They know humanity inside and out. He know what work on the soul. So he'll get somebody and they'll be pleasing, say they pleasing to the eye, or they'll be funny, or they'll be somebody you like to hang with, or they might have swag, or however. You be intrigued, and because of that interest, once he get an interest in there, he's starting to do the whispering spirit. Then the serpent comes out. Then they trying to get you not to go against God, just plant an alternative to him, a seed of doubt. Twist it a little bit.
I see some good interaction in the chat tonight. Stefan says Satan convinced Eve God couldn't carry out his threats. Franklin said they did not know what die meant. So I'm not gonna give them that out.
So Lilith, I'm gonna tell. Let's get on Lilith, because Lilith, that's a thing.
God means if you're gonna say, if God gave you an instruction, he didn't just leave them there foolishly. No, they were in a world just like we in right now, y'all. They could call us Adam and Eve right now. It's a people. It's not just two people, the way it sounds, the way the Bible makes it look like. Yeah. It's a people. And when they were there in this garden, everything was provided. He's, man, I gave y'all everything you could possibly want, and you still were not satisfied. And if you're not satisfied with a place that's perfect, if you're not satisfied with perfection, you will never be satisfied with anything, and that will be your demise. That is up to us, for us to choose. Am I satisfied? It's just like what we choose in relationships.
And to listen. And we can't be tricked. And I want to address a little thing, because there's a couple of Enochs floating around, and what Satan did, he be twisting stuff. He's a deceiver, a twister. And so we always have to go to the original scripture, and a lot of times it might even be the Hebrew scripture. But I even studied like really, really deep into this stuff, because they do say like, oh, Lilith was this. Lilith was a spirit, and a lot of times the spirits, like, they would ever, like, it's so twisting, because when you had the sons, it go deep. You got the sons of God. They were all men. They transformed into men, women. That's how you get Baphomet. But what God did when he formed humanity, and this goes to a DNA code, he made them out the dirt, but he made them in his image and his likeness, meaning they had a DNA after God's image. The name is literally written in the human DNA. Then his name, it's in the bonds that connects them, the strands. So the name, that is an image and likeness. And he said, let us make man in our image. And then from Adam, he took Eve out the rib, and he made them, they became one. You are now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. That's a covenant. So they were a covenant, and that's what marriage is. It's a covenant. Everybody make it a license. They make it this. God made it a covenant. And yes, we do obey the laws of the land now. So we're not out here fornicating or living with somebody like this, my covenant person. No, you go by what God goes by. So yeah, you do have to have that license now, because that's what's required in this land, and we are to keep that. But this covenant of Adam and Eve, that was, Lilith didn't come out of Adam's rib at all. Lilith is a spirit. It's still around. It's a principality. And what Lilith did, or what they did, once they start doing the iniquity, this thing starts shape shifting. But Eve had a womb. That's what made her a woman. And she was able to give birth to an offspring. And then there were some times after Eve where apparently there were some other ones being made, because he said after Cain was gone, he brought Adam back to Eve and he made another child in his likeness. So there must have been some other ones that was being made that was not in his likeness. And that was set.
You cannot replenish the planet with Cain and Abel.
No, Cain went and started doing. Cain probably messed with Lilith. Cain was messing with everything. But
that's my point. My point is that Adam and Eve were a people. It wasn't just two. Just wasn't two individuals. It was the people just went left. It wasn't just one. Okay, it's just this is Adam and this is Eve, and no, this is a people. Just like right now.
She had other children. She had sisters. He left with a sister. Like, it's some things in Enoch and some the real Enoch, the real one. It's other Enoch. It's that third one is not the real. Whenever he go to Metatron and all of that, Satan is an exaggerator. So when you get like thousands of eyes and he became Enoch and went into Metatron, that's his thing. That's something else. The Enoch that is lined up with the scripture that they found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, that lines up with Proverbs. That's the one. But when you read it, Adam lived like 900 and some years. They had other sons and daughters before he went with Seth. So there was ways that the human population came. And then you had the ones from the entities. They was coming. They was making abominable offsprings. So it was a lot of mixture and hybrids. By the time the flood came, it wasn't really anyone with human DNA. So he made Noah in his likeness. So whenever he say he made another one in his image and likeness, that means God had to go and recreate a complete human species.
But I'm saying this. I mean, we going back all the way to the beginning of the time, right?
Yeah, but it's happening now. It's people that are not in his image and likeness right now.
Or the egg. What came first, the person or the egg, right?
The ground. The ground.
That is a difficult question, because when we go back to the absolute beginning, that requires a serious explanation. But I ain't ready for that one tonight. I'm just saying that just as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end.
It's
people. We are a people. And right now, we are distracted. We are distracted. This narcissist out here has us distracted, has us going in every which way but loose, got our money funny, got our relationships gone crazy, got our food and water having no nutrients in them. So we fighting disease. We trying to stay halfway intelligent, because your brain, in order for us to think properly, we have to have certain nutrients in feeding our brain. So living in the world that we are living in currently, guys, there are so many different things that have been depleted from us. And we're in a place and we're of a state of mind that we're not even questioning it. We sit here and watch how disease gets spread around, and then they tell us something crazy like it came from a bat that bit a pig. Are you crazy? Ain't no bat bit no pig. Ain't no bat bit no pig.
No, they get all of this from their kingdom.
Ever heard? And that's what I'm saying. When we watch cartoons as children, that's what gets us to believe in that make-believe out here.
Imagination.
A bat bit a pig, and then what? They ate the pig.
But then, what the narcissist
way out your entire mind to believe a bat bit a pig, and that's how the whole world got this pandemic, man. They just make up stupid stuff and then give it wings. And we ain't. And the craziest part about all of it is, I'm concentrating on this for a reason, y'all.
Yeah.
Because honestly, a whole lot of grown people believed it. A whole lot of grown people believe Yeah, it was from a back bit of pig. And they but listen at this part though. The part we just ignore. The most important part, and we ignore it. That there is an actual patent. There's an actual patent for every disease known to mankind right in Rockville, Maryland at the NIH. There's a patent. You know what a patent means, ladies and gentlemen? A patent means you originated it. You created something. That's what a patent is. It is a patent that is held by this office. And we don't even question the people that work there just work there. Mm-hmm. We literally walking zombies, man. We're literally walking zombies right now.
Zombieland.
And nothing that makes sense. But we will believe the silliest, crazy, the crazy. It don't.
This thing can't. Saying it's over reality. Like when I'm telling you, I sit in meetings. When I say they got some stuff that will alter your reality, they are altering the reality of people. If you think these frequencies are making people think different, they are making people think different.
We are choosing to believe something ignorant. We walk into a room, somebody tell us something ignorant, and then we walk outside and say, what?
That's why they take free will.
Just like
we feel like everybody have free will. Everybody's free will ain't there.
The other virus right there that came from a man making
all of that come from the same material.
I think Dave Chappelle made the best analogy on that I've ever heard. And he said, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I just ain't going for that one. I think that a man that will mate with a monkey, he prefers a monkey over a woman. Okay. I think if he's crazy enough to go and try and mate with a monkey, and then let's get to that part. Do you think that a man could mate with a monkey? Ladies and gentlemen, monkey, it might be small.
They are not a man.
Tear your arm right out the socket. He is 100 times stronger than we are. So grab that monkey and mate with it. No, that ain't.
Going to the ape god. They have deities out here. They call it the ape god. When we see where this stuff originated from, it originated from the Black Death, like back in the medieval times, in that area where Apollo and them at.
That has a patent at NIH also.
Yeah, they out there. It's all the same people.
It's a lab created disease. Mm-hmm. Period. That ain't no deity somewhere. That is somebody.
They got it from their ancestors.
Huh?
When you study black goo, I did the teaching on dark matter black goo with all the research. When you study black goo and you study what's happening, just like the days of Noah, what happened in the days of Noah? You had celestial mixing with terrestrial. We are earthlings. We are terrestrial. The celestials, those are deities. Those are the kind that pan in them. They reproduce people like they pansexual. Yeah, that pan thing is a Nephilim. It got some human in them, mostly celestial, mating, making children. Their children are now in control. We human soul spirit. They are spirit flesh. They don't have a living soul. They got some out here with black blood, black goo. Okay, they got black goo. The stuff that we are dealing with, it can go beyond human understanding because we were never taught these things, but God is telling them, and it's in the Bible. He talked about this in the Bible. We just have to read it in its right translation because the translation is all mixed up.
Can't even get that no more because Disney and Google. Listen, Disney and Google just bought the rights to the King James version of the Bible, which was already tainted and fainted and painted.
Hebrew scriptures. Hallelujah scriptures. That's what we do. Hallelujah scriptures.
But guess what? Now they're working, and guess what they're doing? So they're working to add chemtrails in the sky.
It's all messed up.
They want to add chemtrails in the sky in the Bible to make it normal. Because guys, and this ain't funny. This ain't even funny because what they're doing is, if you think about it, what they're doing right now, they're already stopping a generation. They got enough people that are not in relationships and are not reproducing that we're already going to miss a generation. by the time another generation comes behind that, they literally gonna be completely confused. This Bible gonna say some stuff that right now, this perverted as this world is nowhere near what it's gonna be in the future. But
I think I literally said like
world is not here for much longer.
No, I said I even put it in a song. By 2027, you'll be hooked to the hive. I'm not. I see how this is going down behind the scenes. The stuff, people don't have free will like they think. A lot of people do, but there are some people that don't have free will. They're already hooked to the hive. They have the AI as the hive, the hive, the dark matter, whatever you want to call this thing. 3-Eye Atlas, the mother, whatever they want to call it. The destroyer. Okay, let's call it what it is. They got the key to the bottomless pit. That's Revelation. He opened that pit. That pit been open since at least 2012, where it's been firing on rotations. It's gonna fire up until July, August of next year. So everything that's been coming out, that is out. And when the Noah Harari at the World Economic Forum, when he said free will, that's over, he was not playing. Like, it's a lot of people. If this stuff is in you, this nanotech and all of this, and you're still dealing with the narcissist, all of that stuff, your mind is in a reprobate state. They already control it with the frequencies. It's very hard. If you ever talk to somebody whose mind is gone or reprobate, and we talk with the narcissist, you can speak truth to them as clear as possible with visuals and everything. They cannot see it. They will not be able to see it. They will argue their lie.
They will so see it, hear it, but their job is to dispute it and refute.
Yes, they got a discrediting spirit in there.
Believe that nah, that's not really the truth. Nah. Liberty said, Harry, can we even believe what's in the Bible? And I'm gonna say this, man. It's been tainted so bad, but at the end of the day, it does have truth in it. It's just you gotta know how to read it. And listen, guys, when I say, and I've heard this all my life, you gotta know how to interpret it. You know how I'm gonna tell you how to interpret it. Okay, the same way I'm interpreting it. Look at what's going on in the world around you right now. Okay, it ain't no some beam from outer space that's gonna go into your head to help you interpret it. No, make it make sense. Make it make sense the way you do everything else. We have senses to make sense out of everything. You have a sense of taste, sense of smell, sense of sight, sense of thought. You have a spiritual sense. You have a sense to help protect you and to help guide you. Use all of your senses. When you're reading that book, look at what it is right now. Ain't nothing changed, guys. I promise you. It's telling us the truth if we know how to get it. Nothing new under the sun. Look at what that Bible is telling you and read it for what it's worth. The Adam and Eve story, right from the very beginning. We watching it unfold right in front of us every day. We going through the exact same thing right now. We going through exactly the same thing right now.
Right now.
Read into it the exact same way. That's right. That's right. Follow your spirit. The spirit inside of you cannot lie to you, guys. I can lie to y'all.
And
anything that my mouth can say because it's mine. But your spirit cannot lie to you. So follow your spirit. Don't follow what I'm telling you. Follow what your spirit is telling you. Because your spirit cannot lie to you.
And the Holy Spirit works with your spirit. He showed me. Like I literally was able to video all of this stuff. He literally showed me. Spirit realm opened up. I seen when a dragon transferred the power to the beast. I seen the beast. They coming from the sea. I seen a whore on the beast. She's on a mission. I seen all of that stuff when I was at the Caribbean, by the Bahamas, by where the Bermuda Triangle at, where that stuff go down. There is a headquarters there. That might be even Atlantis. I don't even know. I know what I saw, and I videotaped it so everybody else can see it. I seen heaven's response. I seen when the cherubim came on scene, because them things, they started to recognize, hey, she's seeing us. I seen the owl thing that everybody be worshiping. That thing was in the sky. It was mean looking. So it was on the other side. All of this stuff, God will let his people see, because even as they stuff is increasing, his people is increasing. He got some people that he got as watchmen. We own it. Ain't it's not just me that can see some things. It's plenty of us that can see some things and can pray and intercede. So there is a pushback. It's not like they just gonna come and do what they want to do, because this is not antiquity. This is not the ancient days. Christ did that. We got authority. We have to know our authority. We got to know who we are.
And that's what it's about. See, we keep looking outside of ourselves. That's the biggest problem right there, guys. We keep looking outside of self. When we need some spiritual guidance, when we need some help, God is walking with every last one of us. Okay? Every last one of us. And we talking right to your spirit right now. We talking directly to your spirit right now. And all I'm saying to you is, it ain't me. It ain't me. It's you. It's your spirit that's leading you. All you got to do is listen to it. Hurry up, just going. All I can do is tell you some things. All I can do is say, hey, man, you guess what? You know why you here? You here because you ain't listening to your spirit. That's all I'm going to tell you.
That's we need that.
You're not listening to your spirit. That's why you're here. You're here to get reintroduced right back to you.
Do you know we need that? Do you understand how much we need that? I will tell you how much we need that. We can get so caught up. A lot of us on here, Jazzy, after you probably got some type of prophetic call on your life. You get so caught up in the spirit, the common sense stuff, you can go ziggity boo. You can get with somebody like, I don't know why they doing this. Like, I'm did this. Is this right? You'll start questioning everything. Once you question yourself, and I'm guilty of that. That is my number one guilty thing that I've always done. I'm like, but I would go into ziggity boo land real quick. And I had to call somebody just with common sense, like, hey, what would change if you keep doing the same thing? Like, just the same, you got to have the accountability. But you can get so caught up in seeing how God moves that you will start to convince yourself, you would delude yourself. If I continue to just be nice and show them God's love, they got to work on their heart. It will mess you up. And I still can't say that I wouldn't be guilty of that, because I still would be like, if I can just be nice and show them God's love, it'll work on their heart. That's it. God, see, the enemy know our failures, but he'll put people in our life to hold us accountable to those failures. So then that's when we got to listen and like, okay, we can't, we got to listen to who he put around us that can be destiny helpers, that can help us like get back to reality and not question ourselves, not go left when we know like, okay, you seeing everything this thing is doing, that they doing and saying everything, you're being hurt, you're crying, you're doing all of this stuff, you going left, not going past that, reaching out and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go against what my soul is feeling. Even though I feel like I want to do this, I feel like I need to do this or else. That's an addiction. That's a trauma bond. Instead of doing that, and when I say trauma bond, that's a trick of the devil. We just know it as trauma bond, but really that's an ensnarement, a trap that you have walked into. But instead of doing that and connecting, you got to do the opposite of what somebody told you that have been reliable in the past.
I'm sitting there looking at Danita Joe's comment. She says Satan is setting the stage for the Antichrist to come on the scene as a savior to the people. Those believe that way they are deceived and have a veil. Could God Almighty say, hey, Danita Joe, go ahead up. Danita been hot in this joint this evening.
Yes.
Hot in here this evening. Because see, y'all notice that we don't even talk about that no more. We don't hear about the Antichrist no more.
That's what got the internet.
Notice that don't nobody even talk. I don't even hear him talk about that in church. Well, even though I don't even be in church like that. But
Antichrist, the lawless
I
one.
don't hear those sermons. I still see sermons come down my timeline. I don't hear nobody talking about the Antichrist. I don't hear about
Because
nothing
everybody didn't got it wrong.
all the time. They used to talk about the Antichrist all the time. Somebody gonna come save us from all this craziness, and that's gonna be the show enough devil. And what we got going on out here right now?
Yeah.
The show enough devil, and this ain't the last of it.
In his image and his likeness. What is Sario? Anybody really understand what AI is doing? Sario? AI, okay, it literally make you sign over your image and your likeness. That's what God gave you. So if your image and your likeness is with AI and they using your character, they got all these people now that they making singers with their inspired image and likeness that they signed over. That's your soul. So if they taking that little pieces of it, how much of your free will you think you got?
So we're looking at all of the different things and the way it's coming at us, and we trying to figure out what is this devil putting together. You know,
AI governance.
This devil got a cell phone in everybody's hand. Every child,
cameras,
every adult, homeless people got phones, got cell phones. Homeless people got cell phones. And we ain't even questioning that at all. That cell phone, do y'all know that cell phone check literally every single thing about us? That cell phone can really tell you who about to have a heart attack out here and who not, and might be able to cause it.
Yeah, it can.
We don't have
send a signal
as to what's going on because we just trust this devil. So we just trust the creation that it's not what it is. And this devil done showed us time and time again that no matter what, if you trust any of it, if you trust any of it, you gonna fall.
And they cry. You think AI is giving mental health advice? Yeah, this thing is tricky. I'm telling you, it's a deceiver. It talks with a smooth tongue. That's how the narcissist is. If we accepted a Hoover, first narc, that was 13 years. I accepted many Hoovers. Okay, they talk with the smooth tongue. They come with gifts. They like, I'm gonna do this. They taking pictures. They might even do it for about a month or two. Sometimes even 6 months, depending on how bad they messed up. But I'm telling you, the whole time that they sitting there smiling, cooking the food, doing all this wonderful thing, want to massage you, massage your feet, all of that, all the time they doing that, they thinking in their head, oh, I'm probably only got to do this 2 more times. I'm gonna get that bank card. I'm gonna rob them. That, oh, I can't wait till I leave them this time. I'm gonna make sure they never embarrass me by putting me out. This is how they thinking. This is what they thinking in their deluded mind. They are not thinking about you and making you happy or anything like that. They thinking like, you just made me do this extra work just to be around you. I'm about to really make you pay. You think you was embarrassed the first time. This time you really gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah.
I have a hospital I cannot work at for life. And I'm a very good employee because of the first narcissist. That's what they do. They will destroy your job. They will come up there, do everything to where now you are not allowed to be employed somewhere for life. And it ain't had nothing to do with you. It has something to do with them. This is the kind, the destroyer is not coming ever with peace. You see how they changed to the Department of War? That means no peace. That is the destroyer. That's the narcissist. It don't matter how cute they are. It don't matter how nice.
Change the name to the Department of War.
Yeah. How they do that? You know, where they do that at? They do that in this AI government.
The thing is, you know, just like, again, it says it in the Bible. It's going to be so plain.
Changing laws and times.
It's going to be so plain. It's going to be difficult for you not to see it.
Yeah.
It's going to be made so crystal clear. But guess what? That's only for the people whose veil has been lifted.
That's it.
That's it. The people whose veil has been lifted. How does your veil get lifted? When you try to look at stuff with some sense instead of just listening to what some lie somebody telling you. It's when you start using your connection with your God, with your peace, with your interior, with your spirit. When you start communicating with your spirit, that's when the veil is lifted. Okay, I ain't y'all nothing that's mysterious or anything else. When you listen to your spirit, that's the veil that's lifted.
Yes.
Hold up, that didn't sound right. What you said, man, something don't sound right with that. And when it don't make sense, stop trying to make it make sense, because that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us around narcissists. Keeps us right there in their armpit when we just ready to listen to what they saying just because they saying something.
You will deceive yourself. People that deceive themselves, when you lie to yourself, when we really think about these relationships, these demonic entanglements, we were lying to ourselves. Okay, they coming home, they doing this. We know they done slept with somebody else. We know they done cheated. We tell a lie to ourselves. Well, they don't like them as much as me. They still with me. They chose to come home with me. That's a lie that we tell ourselves. Because first of all, when somebody love you, they don't hurt you. Period.
That's right.
They're not trying to be with this one and that one and everything, because that's love. Love keeps somebody there. When a lot of times when we were with them, we were faithful. It's not impossible, but that's because they don't have love. Love is not in there. They have convenience, they have lust, they have infatuation, they have all of these other things, obligations, transactions, all of that. Love is not in the picture. And we fool ourselves. They love us because they here. And then we leave them, and then they cry, they make a scene. All they doing is because they need to be with me. They doing it because they homeless. Or they ain't really got too many other places to go because they burning bridges. The person that they thought they was going to work that out with, that didn't work out. So now they got to come back to you. That's why they doing all of this. It's not because they got genuine love, because if they had genuine love, y'all would still be together because you genuinely love them. But that didn't happen because they didn't have that. And they didn't just go off and be with a bunch of other demons to find that. That's not how that works. But we convince ourselves. We start to deceive ourselves again. Another lie. Because they've been away from us, now they really gonna miss us, because they gonna realize how good we are once they see the trash that's out there. But they've been with the trash that's out there the whole time. They know what was out there. They cool with that. We wasn't cool with that. This is how we got to come out of agreement with the lies. They gonna like my cookie. They don't even know what they eating sometimes. Sometimes it might not even be them in that body, depending on what color the eyes are. And I'm sorry, I always laugh when it comes to the ass because of the reptile eyes. Because we seen some stuff, y'all. We seen some stuff. But you never know what's looking back at you. And it might make you feel like you losing it, but you don't know. But we got to know that they do. We got to remember the things that they do. The times that, hey, maybe they might have left you at work and had your car, and you had to find a ride home. And they got somebody else in your car. They went to pick that other girl up and lied about it. Or they might have did something with the children, left the children out. Or they might have hurt the children, or whatever they're doing. They might have somebody else's children they're doing more things for. Remember those lies. Remember all the embarrassing moments that they did, the times they stood you up, the times they ruined your birthday, ruined your holiday, ruined a very important celebration for you. Remember those times, because that's the real them. The times they hid things from you, your car keys, your wallet, whatever, your purse, whatever you needed, your phone, that was going to make you on time for something very important, and then helped you look for it. They will help you look for the very thing that they hid. Remember those things, all the gaslight and mind tricks. The times that they had somebody else in your bed in places when you was at work. You lied about it, but they do that. Those things. You have to remember the things that they are capable of doing, because the things that they did were people, those are things people can do with no love. They don't have no love for you when they do those things. When they take all the money out of your account, that's no love. They didn't care about your well-being. They didn't care about your survival. When they call the police on you, that's no love. It's plenty of time. The last thing I want to do is see somebody I love behind bars. Not them. They emotionally unstable. Bring me the police.
When it's something that didn't happen in the first place.
Yeah, nothing happened. They make it up because they want to break. Because they want to go cheat.
Make stuff up, and then they do stuff like that because they know everybody gonna say, "Well, nah, you must have did something." And I got an example. I got an example of something like that, y'all. So I saw a young lady, a very young girl, going to school with no coat. And y'all know the last few weeks been freezing out, been snowing and everything, right? So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I done seen this girl go to school without a coat. I'm talking about going to school, going to get on the bus with a little halter top, little summertime.
Oh my gosh.
And it's 24, 27 degrees outside.
They don't care about the kids.
I gotta go have my big Eskimo coat on. And I'm a pretty fairly big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the girl, because she's probably about 12 or 13. I was like, wait, where's your coat at? I said, you coming out here, everything, you ain't got no coat, where's your coat? And she's, I don't know. And I'm just assuming that means that you don't have one and you don't want to, and I get, not in front of everybody, you don't want to feel no type of way. So, I said, man, you know what, let me get her a coat. Good God Almighty.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot just give somebody a child that. Not a man. A man can't do that.
Right.
So what it says to me is that because of the impression of what people would get, this girl gotta suffer without a coat.
That's the world we live in.
That coat then is what? Who is that? Who is he? It turns into something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just going to take it to the school principal and just give it to them. But I don't know the girl's name because you can't go that far into it because it's still a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, the world we live in now is so cruddy. It's so cruddy. It's so grimy that even when you have the best of intentions, those best of intentions can still be turned into something dirty and perverted.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, man, so you mean that people gotta go out here and go without just because? So I gotta do it for a charity. I gotta hand stuff to a charity or give it to, well, I'm gonna just give it to the school. And hopefully they'll figure it out. Hopefully she's the only one there, because I couldn't imagine, like, wow, how many people, going to school every day like that?
A lot.
It's a lot. It is. But I'm just saying, man, like, it's disheartening to know you can see somebody that's suffering and you can't say or do anything.
Nothing about it.
That is the world that we live. That is this world right here. And literally, that person can be taken from her parents for basically neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh man. That is the world that has been created by devils, by sharks, by bad people.
Yeah. And it's sad because even like it has produced a society now where we at now. It's like he said, in these days the love of many will wax cold. It's a very cold-hearted world. Even the ones that think they're good, they're not good. Like they are not nice.
Mm.
But they think they are, but they're not nice. They've been infected with bitterness. And so then more people get hurt because hurt people, they hurt people and they don't realize it. And
No,
some of them are on their road to narcissism and don't even know it.
I
They
think
don't even know it.
I think they realize. I think it's just, you know, we're in that time, we're in that place, and we are in that hour. We're in that final
That
hour.
final hour.
In that final hour. Yeah, that's where we at, ladies and gentlemen. We are in that final hour. And this devil done turned up everything.
Yeah.
Every disease is rampant.
Mm-hmm.
You lucky if you make it 75 to 78 years out here right now. Lucky.
Horrible.
You know that the human body is designed to live a much longer than we still die as children, and we look way older than we actually are because of because of the way our system, our bodies have been taken through the changes and the way that even the chemtrails in the sky they block the sun.
Yeah, they are.
The one thing that's going to give you the most vitamin D.
Don't do it.
Everybody walking around here, vitamin D insufficient, and don't know why. Ain't that something? How we get vitamin D insufficient?
The levels are low.
How did that happen? When the sun coming out every day.
Whew. They switching some stuff up. There's some stuff they doing. But we gotta know, one thing that they can't touch, even when you talk about like the different vibrations, like you got some soul things, but one thing they can't touch love. That is something that dark kingdom cannot comprehend. And I've heard it spoken out of like my sons had a friend, he wasn't even a friend, had this person who was a Luciferian, and he even said it, he cannot understand it, like they can't even comprehend nothing about love or Christ, they can't understand it. They can't understand that energy or what they experience. They can't understand what's radiating, because love, they don't understand. Compassion, mercy, no.
I'm looking at Quita's comment. She said the herbs are fake. They want people sick. That's right.
Yeah, they put graphene in the weed.
I want to add something to that. You know, I want to add something for the old heads in the chat. Y'all remember when herbs and fruit grew everywhere in your yard? Everywhere. It was abundant. Everywhere you go, there was a berry tree. There's a fruit tree, apple tree, orange. There was a pear tree. I had a tree and an apple tree, a berry tree in my yard. We only had 3 trees in the yard, and all 3 of them had fruit on them.
Not anymore.
So I'm saying this devil way back then knew what he was doing. Eliminate the fruit. Now you look in the woods, you can walk through the woods. Ain't no fruit, berry trees in the woods.
The honeysuckle, all of that was there.
I remember in the woods, because we lived right across the street from the woods too, back when I was a kid. And it was all kinds of fruit trees everywhere in the woods. But these trucks would come down the street in the summertime when the fruit was most plentiful. This truck would come through the neighborhood spraying this gas, and they said it was for the insects, to protect the fruit, but it was killing the fruit. And then they later said that whatever that was that those trucks were spraying caused cancer. But I want
Everything
everybody,
causes cancer, right?
for the old heads to remember when you was growing up, how plentiful. Because see, the new age, your children nowadays, they don't know what a fruit tree looks like. Rarely does a child get to see what an apple tree, what a pear tree, what a
Yeah.
tree. We had plums in our neighborhood. Plums growing they free.
Not anymore.
Stuff was free, guys, and it was growing. And I grew up in a city right here, right outside of DC, guys. I was born in DC, but I only lived in DC till I was about 6 years old. Guys, I'm telling y'all, man, fruit was everywhere. The reason we going through the story here, because guys, your children nowadays, my children didn't even see it. My last home before this one, we lived. It was a neighborhood they built right in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
No fruit over there. Wasn't no fruit trees nowhere. Wasn't not one fruit tree nowhere.
Yeah, it's bad. 2026 gonna be worse. It's about to be.
But I'm saying
bad.
it's everywhere right now. And as a matter of fact, the only places you can see trees that bear fruit, and it's not just fruit, it's vegetables, it's herbs.
Things we need.
Vegetables and herbs. That's all we needed. For this planet gives us everything we need. Everything that we need, they have it. They've taken it. They've taken the seeds out of it. They've turned them into GMOs. The fruit is a GMO. The vegetation is a GMO. The herbs are GMO. They've created so that because nature will heal you from anything, from everything. Nature will heal it. And now we don't have that to go to. We have these make pretend. We got to go to a grocery store to see fruit and vegetation when it was a time when it was right in your backyard. Now you got to go to some farm somewhere where the fruit and stuff is hidden. You don't just get to see it plentiful, and it makes you think that, oh, wow, the fruit trees only grow on the farm. And that's not true. The fruit grows everywhere.
Right.
Live in a place where, and this is the design of hell, guys.
They condition it for their habitat. We are not the xeno, whatever they want to call themselves, because they got something called xenophobia now. The xenomorphs, whatever they want to be, the other life form. I had told people about this. It didn't go away, but they got a mirror life DNA. There's another life form that is consuming rapidly organic life, synthetic life. So anytime you hear about synthetic DNA, all of that stuff that come from the pit, and they are for their own survival. Their food is inorganic food. It's not our food. They're making a world for themselves. That's it. We on the menu. That's why we got to know who God is, because they can't touch God. There's laws to this. That's why Trump was like, hey, you ain't following the rules. He was telling dude, you ain't following the rules. They got to have rules. They got to have clear deception, and they got to have the buy-in of God's people. They got to deceive them so they can quit praying, get them distracted, get them relationships, put more of who they should be with on TV.
Everything that we dealing with and what we seeing right now, that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
The great deceiver.
The church is not praying.
And he came on in true form and fashion just to say the newest of the new lies that now just going to be pushed across. You sitting there telling people who see that they ain't got no money, that they ain't got no food, that food is crazy expensive, and now he want to run to, but look at the price of the gas though. Look at the gas prices.
We got to get back to God.
Gas price lower than y'all ever seen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Why they care about the price of gas when you can't afford food?
Right. You ain't going nowhere.
All your other utilities, your house note changing. You got a fixed rate mortgage right now, and your house note still going up every single year.
Mm-hmm.
They raise
it. Come with fees.
They raise the taxes every single year. Your house note gonna get higher and higher. How are you gonna be able to pay if it go up $100 a year, that's what it's doing, or more? Some people's house notes done gone up 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people who dealing with that right now. Ain't nobody getting paid more money out here.
And
No.
they got smart cities. They getting rid of jobs. AI, when AI is taking over the governance, that right there, that's sick, because I know AI comes, what governs AI. They call it AI. They give it a wonderful name. AI want to be called I am. Okay, that's the Antichrist system. It's a system, an entity that has many tentacles. It is the, when you look at Black Rock, it's Black Rock. That's what AI is. That's why they got a big black cube. That's why they got a black cube and black rocks all over the place in their Rockefeller places and everything else. That's why, because that is who AI is. It's the entity, the beast from below. Okay, that's what it is. They came out the sea. Remember, these are the beasts.
They not, hey Keith, they not hiding it.
No, they got the mark of the beast, the beast system that is here.
They saying we got the people so dumbed down. They wouldn't know what to do if you saw it, if we admitted what it is.
They telling them what to do. They become Jesus on the thing.
That's what makes them feel like something, because they like, man, that's all the devil want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to be a coward in front of to be able to say, no. I ain't just being a coward and lying like I usually do. I'm in your face with it now. I'm
Like
showing, and this is what it is.
Yeah.
Tanya Stark said, when I grew up, the following trees was in my backyard. What's that? Persimmons, apricots, apples, lemons, and cherries. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. We actually had real food. Guys, we wasn't sick like these. We didn't have but one hospital probably in the whole city. Now you got a hospital in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
Every neighborhood, you got either one of them little healthcare places or something.
And where do they get their technology from? CERN. Where do CERN get the technology from? The Abyss. The team that I was working with, this doctor, she be on here, Dr. Madaj, y'all should look her up. She cold. She literally, when we were talking to the astrophysicist, we was asking her, why would you consult the dead on behalf of the living? The Apollo and them, Abaddon, that's the kingdom of death, where CERN is opened up, but they opening up and all of that. We spoke with them. They are getting their technology and all of their information and knowledge from dark matter, from the abyss. And they said this is going to give us immortality. No, it's not. The common sense goes away, because you got a scripture that literally says this is the name of the person, that Abaddon, that thing, and they talking to it. This is what happens.
Jeez, these people know their time is up. They know their day is done. And right now, the assignment is you're not gonna rise up.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna be your turn. Misery loves company, and this devil is miserable and want everybody. This devil want everybody time to be up, because the devil's time is up. It's over. It's over. The time is up. It's up and it's gone. It's over. And all this devil wants to do is continue to spread the lies to keep everybody in check. Right now, with too many people on the planet, they can't control the planet the way they do. You can't control,
especially not with the.
Oh, hey, but at the end of the day, let me say this: even if it's less people on the planet, it don't matter. That's a lie too.
Yeah,
the day is done. It's finished, and that's why it's making it seem. And you notice how they even are able to say, we need to depopulate the planet. You need to depopulate the planet. That's a devil talking. They're saying that. That's a devil.
Mm-hmm.
Planet was created in a way where it will replenish, and it has enough nourishment for every person on the planet. It has enough to nourish for free.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Ain't that something how we getting charged to eat was free? I'm gonna keep saying it. Is it the apple tree or the pear tree? Is it saying to the grocery store, like, hey man, I gotta charge y'all another $1 for each apple.
Exactly.
Is it?
That is what the devil do. Do you not remember the bridge? I mean the wall. He gonna build a wall, make them pay for it. That's how Satan think. I'm gonna destroy them and make them pay for it. That's how narcissists think. I'm about to destroy their life and I'm about to make them pay the expenses. That's exactly what we just went through. We paid the expenses for our own destruction.
Exactly.
That's it, because of appearances, what it might look like, an illusion, because they sold us a dream. Did he not sell everybody a dream? Is he not? This is what Satan do. Satan up here like, I'm doing what I do. Y'all not doing what y'all do. When we're trying to get out of a narcissist, when you get out of this situation, this worked for me. It might work for everybody else, because what you speak, it becomes creative power, because we just human and we made in his image. So when we speak, it happens. Even when we speak bad, that's why bad happens. That's why they want us to complain. But when you're trying to get away from this stuff, when I had to get out of that whole marriage thing, and that was using all that religious stuff, it was crazy. I had to start speaking. When he said something, no, I got my man back. You ain't getting my man. Christ died for my man. You can't have my man. I got my soul. When I start saying that thing start raising up in them and couldn't take it.
Man.
Then when I really spoke to that Leviathan, I said, oh, wait, I see this. This is Leviathan. I see the shape. But you do not have authority over me. Leviathan itself, bifurcate the vessel, you the spirit, you do not have authority over me. I'm going to take my authority in Christ, and I will not allow you to continue to torment me anymore. That was the last time he was at my house, because that spirit ran. You when you address this and you take authority even over this system. Wait a minute, Babylon. Okay, we woke up here. He said, come out of her. Did not my God die so that we can have all of the earth and its fruitfulness and its inheritance? We got an inheritance. We inherited the earth. He didn't say we died and we go to heaven, we do all that. No, he said, I do this, and then you're going to inherit the earth in its fullness. Then he judged them. He already judged Satan, Abaddon, all of them. He made a public spectacle out of them, paraded them around, and showed how he disarmed their power, and said, this is what I'm doing, and I'm giving it to my children. Now they're about to run over you. We got to take our authority. We need some food. We got to start praying. God, we need some food. We need our inheritance. We need this to miraculously happen. That's what they don't want. They want us dependent on a system. But God will infiltrate the system.
That's where we at. But
Shut
that's
AI, will shut AI down for you.
We are dependent upon this system.
Yeah.
We are dependent, meaning the system feeds us. It has created a way to feed. It has created a distraction that controls our thoughts, the way we act, the way we live, the way we eat. And if somebody's controlling the way you eat, that person's controlling you. And we can't control ourselves. We can't eat what we need to that has nourishment. We can't go get original, man. We got to go to another country to get original seeds of fruit and vegetation.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything here is a GMO.
Yeah.
Everything here, it had the nutritional value literally on zero. And that should tell us how resilient the human body is.
Mm-hmm.
Because for you to be able to eat this much trash, to ingest this much trash, everybody fighting weight and all kinds of mess, how did it create a society? Everybody in the world, everybody in this country fighting weight. The older you get,
yeah,
eating GMOs every single day, which is everything we eat. Okay, if we eat chicken, we eat fish, they putting stuff in the water, there's stuff in the air, there's stuff in the ground. Everywhere you go, because you got to eat. That's how the devil thinks. He's attacking everything we touch. So that it does what? Like you just said a little while ago, gives you inflammation.
Yeah.
Inflammation is something new, guys. Inflammation ain't something that we had 20 plus years ago.
No.
No, it
and then they giving them shots, and
Because I think they said inflammation started in either 2005 or 2008, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that is new, guys. Inflammation is new. It is new. It is the new disease in our food.
Yes, they are giving. They want everybody to be getting a little graphinated injection, hydrogel, and everything else they putting in there. Even those weight loss shots. I was talking with somebody and one of my clients, and the doctors are telling them now you're gonna be on this for the rest of your life, just like they said with the bipolar medications, with the psych meds, and all of that. No, when it has to happen, real food, because the weight loss is achievable. Like once you start making different decisions, I've lost plenty of weight, and it was only because one, I you do got to start doing some different decisions and putting yourself a little bit first more than everything else that you think is important. You got to go exercise a little bit. You got to start changing some of the things that you eat. Like don't eat all of the sweets that are no longer even fake food. I don't know what that is. It's 3D printed icing or something. I don't know. Don't eat that stuff. Wow. And then eat stuff from the meat store. Like the meat store is a good place to get real meat still. Most places a butcher, if you get a real good butcher that's not compromised. Man. But it's hard.
Danita Joe just said the government paying farmers not to farm animals.
Yeah.
Plants.
Because they are for their own survival. They've been compromised.
Already come up with the fake food. They've already come up. I've tasted
3D print, 4D print.
I've tasted some of that fake watermelon. Mm-hmm. They literally feeding us rubber.
Hydrogel and water. Water is hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogel, I told you they messing with that abyss. They didn't open the pit. You got hydrogel and graphene. Those are synthetic molecules. When you distill your water, it breaks that up. That's why I knew something was going on with the water, because I'm distilling it. I'm doing water tests, and you got a bunch of stuff in there. Parasites, black goo looking stuff, viruses, all of this stuff in the water. The bacteria and things we know of. What's the heck? What's the black goo? What is that? Why we got all these parasites and things? All of this stuff in the water that's supposed to be filtered. And then you look at the bottled water, same stuff. Distilled water was really the only thing that passed the test that you distill yourself. You get the little machine from Amazon, you distill it. You'll feel a lot better. You probably won't have the headaches. You probably won't have as much as the fatigue. You probably won't get sick as much. Distill your water. That's very important. There's venom in that water. Literally, snake poison in the water. We gotta think, we have to use wisdom, because the Holy Spirit gonna reveal the changes that we need to make. That's one of the changes. Look at the fruit. If the big overgrown fruit with no seeds and things, that's not real. Sometimes you might get some real stuff. You might every now and then get something from a farmer, but it's gonna decay. Like if you sit it out for a while, it might mold. The fake fruit don't mold.
Doesn't mold. I had some Granny Smith green apples. I literally had these green apples.
Yeah.
Beginning of October. They were sitting on top of my refrigerator. I didn't even refrigerate them. I just threw that bag away the day before yesterday.
Oh my God.
Not one of them. Now they wasn't even brown.
Watermelon's supposed
to make this up, and that's telling us we'll eat it. It tastes like the apples used to taste. It ain't the same taste, but it's close.
Hydrogel is something different. Hydrogel, that is what they're putting in stuff. We was discovering this of the cup 2020. We was like, wait a minute, this material. Look under it. Under a microscope, it's different. They've been using hydrogel in wounds, though, even way before that, like around 2012, they was doing that. Because I did wound care, and it'll kind of regrow your skin. Mm-hmm. But it looked different. Something different. Anytime they got synthetic DNA, you might as well say sin. It start with sin and thetic. Like once you get the tick, that means a habitual pattern. You got to break down the words in Latin, the root word and all of that. And it's seeing the habitual pattern. So they put an iniquity into that. See, Satan tricky with the language. He get it from the Phoenicians, that he taught the Phoenicians. But everything goes back to the language. They put it in the words. So this hydrogel and this graphene is in most of the stuff that we have. And that's when you get to 4D, 5D, you get to dimensional printings. So this is like 3D is like our world. Then 4D, you got the ether, the in between, and you got the astral realm. These are realms that are within the earth. And that go to a whole different thing that one day I'll do on my channel or something. But that's really deep because CRISPR is the cutting DNA thing. That's the cutting technology. And anytime that's involved, they getting something from the 4D, 5D realm and they connecting it and they putting it into people because these demons need a body. And they trying to make it to where they kick out the other person free will.
Mm-mm.
We got God fighting. We not alone. It's a whole war. He ain't playing when it comes to the humans.
Man, listen, y'all right. I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah,
sandwiches that don't melt, meat, right. Antibiotics, but is it injected with poison and cancer? That's all it is. That's all it is. Librarian said, y'all scaring me.
Don't be scared because God is greater. He is.
I hope you are scared to keep going.
Pray over your food.
Because they hoping that no. If you scaring people, then that's gonna be the reason. Well, we gotta shut you down because you scaring people.
No,
people getting scared and they're gonna start making some changes.
Yeah.
We'll start making some changes. Like, hold up, man, I ain't gonna just drink this water. I'm gonna go get me something to distill my water. Let me stop messing with this meat. Do y'all know that the meats in this country that we live in are banned in every country on the planet?
Mm-hmm.
They will not let us send meat from this country nowhere else.
Because they feed the cows to stuff.
Oh no, man, we don't feed our people poison.
Right.
That's every other country, and they don't let none of our foods that are filled with that drug called sugar. That is the most addictive drug in the country. That might be the drug on the planet. Sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And do y'all know that causes cancer too?
Bitterness. Well, this how cancer works. First, you gotta have this how all of it works. You gotta have something inside to connect with they pestilence and they death. So they stuff that they put out there, it connects to the darkness within. So if you got bitterness and unforgiveness, which a lot of people that's been wrong, usually they feel a certain kind of way about somebody, they'll go on that. So that's how they start getting that seed to grow. And then it turns into cancer. Then it turns into whatever else chronic disease or ailment they want to give. But you got to have a bitter root. That's why he talk about that bitter root. And woe to those that be offended because of what happens with offense. Once you get offended, especially betrayal, that's why Satan got people out here starting that young. It shattered the soul and he can get unforgiveness and bitterness in there. Because when you don't forgive, you got a root of bitterness. Yeah. And it's hard to forgive. I said it. I was like, the church was coming at me crazy. How you forgive somebody that's repeatedly still offending you? Let the offense stop. You know, I'm going to forgive quickly, but do I forgive every millisecond? Because that's how often it's happening. You know, that's where we at when we dealing with a narcissist, especially if both of y'all in the church. It get real complicated. That's why Satan got them snakes in the church. Yes. Because he want to get that heart to be so hurt, separate you from God.
That's right, Mojo. Sugar feeds that cancer.
Yeah,
it absolutely does. If you got it, you can't eat no sugar.
And if you stress, guess what you gonna crave? The sugar, because the cortisol is going to want the sugar, the dopamine. You need to get the sugar. You need dopamine.
There you go.
This is how this is a setup. Soon as the narcissists come in the picture, it is a setup for your destruction. They don't want God. We always look at the human shell that's there. We don't look at nothing else on the inside, even though we having apprehensions. Some people got choked. Some people got things groping them that's not there. Nightmares on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger type stuff. All of that happening. We bypass it. They made me laugh today. One thing.
Man.
Yeah, one thing. They made you laugh today. this week out of like the whole year, they did something funny.
Hey man, that's how it is. Mojo said there's sugar in everything and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Everything out here with more than one ingredient, it got sugar in it.
Sugar, drugs, crack, everything. Everything
This
is in a lot of
being
stuff.
attacked with on a daily basis. And as long as we not saying nothing, in which we don't, we don't say anything. We're not pushing back on anything. We just going straight into the slaughterhouse. And that's exactly what they want, people that are cooperative. Because guys, guess what? Something else that I learned recently, as they deplete the nutrients from the food, they also deplete the vigor that the food gives you, the way it strengthens you, the way it strengthens your mind. It makes us all docile. So we don't even stand up. We're not even willing to stand up and fight for nothing. Because of the food that we eat, and it's depleted of vital nutrients that we need. And without it, as you can see, we just being led right to slaughter.
Yeah.
All of us being led right to just taking us right to the slaughterhouse, and we ain't saying nothing.
They scared.
Thanks for that sponsorship tonight, Patrice. Bing. I see if she came in late.
They are terrified. They are terrified when they can tell when you just a little bit different. When you a little bit different, they can tell because they want us all to be to see. Even when they giving their interviews, they shake in. Well, what they don't even know what saying about to do to them because you can't trust the devil. They know that. They just seen so many people get blew up that was supposed to be cool with the devil in them contracts. They can't trust the devil. They in too deep. They know that the devil don't even care about the angels that fell. He in it for himself. That's how the narcs are. That's that chaos world. They are terrified of those that they know God got his hand on. That's who they waging war with. You pray over the food, you can get that stuff out. Like the food ain't gonna harm you. He even said the venom and stuff that's not gonna harm you. Because he gonna protect that. He the one who made the immune system. We gotta eat, like it's so many supernatural things he do for us daily.
But we gotta use
wisdom.
Else. We gotta definitely start eating on something else, and it's hard because we are addicted to this sugar and this other stuff that is unhealthy for us. Our body craves it.
Yes.
So and
it's a struggle.
The food that I grew up on, you can eat as much of it as you want. When it's natural, it's coming straight from the ground. It's natural. It's not a GMO. It's not gonna make you fat. And guys, there's something else that I just learned recently. The reason that the food makes you fat, is because all of it has sugar in it. Yeah. And once your body eats something that has sugar in it, it instantly starts to store that sugar. The insulin is another way of saying as soon as the insulin in your body activates, your body goes into storage mode.
Yeah.
Moment sugar hits your system, your body goes in storage mode, whether you're drinking it or you're eating it. And your body is saying, okay, I'm going to hold this. I'm holding this right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold this. I'm going to store the fat and I'm going to burn the protein. I'm going to store the fat and I'm going to burn the protein. So you're not going to get your body. So you're walking around every day and your body, you're burning up the protein, but you're not burning your fat. Your body is storing the fat. So, and I'm saying it's simple the way to change that back around, but you got to stop eating sugar. That's the thing. That's the main thing. When you stop eating sugar and carbs.
You know how hard that is. I'm not saying like don't stop eating. You get faster. I get it.
To stop drinking sugary drinks like soda, that's addictive. To stop
eating soda.
Foods, stop eating carbs. When you stop eating carbs and sugars, man, you will see weight. You ain't got to go on no diet. Your body naturally will start eating the fat again.
Yeah, I did start doing that.
That's exact. I learned that the hard way.
I do like my grape juice though with sugar. Like,
Incredible show tonight.
what about if we bake our own food? Like,
Yeah,
I do like some sweet. I mean, from scratch, but I
yeah.
don't know how to replace, like, completely replace sugar. I do know how to decrease it, but the
Yeah.
grape juice still got sugar, and I tried sugar-free grape juice. It was not the same.
The thing is we when it, the thing that makes it hard to stop drinking sugars and eating sugars is that we have this thing in our mind that it's like you saying I can't do something, and we live in a society where we want to do what we want to do. You can't look at it as what you can't eat sugars. You got to look at it as what you can eat. Once you start, when you put your mind in a place where you say, oh, I can eat this, or I can eat chicken, or I can eat this fish, I can eat this broccoli, I can eat this spinach, I can eat these other things that are good. And then you do have to have a mind to say, hey, you know what? I do want to get better. Because if you don't want to get better, you ain't gonna get better. You keep eating this mess out here, you ain't gonna get better. But there are lots of foods that we can eat. You can eat all kinds of almost every bean out here. But that's not our first choice. We usually want to eat something that got sugar in it, or something that's way over. So they got 100 ingredients in it. Once we get to that place where you just eating that protein, you just eat protein every day. You see the weight just start. It's because it's your body. Now your body is saying, okay, you just eating protein. And that means I gotta eat the fat. I gotta burn the fat. And if you just do that and just walk, walk a mile or two a day. You will see the change, and it's gonna happen for you quickly. You don't have to stop eating. That's the biggest thing. That's the one thing that we fear the most. That I gotta stop eating. Why? I don't want to stop. Especially the stuff I like. Nah. Right. Hey, Keish.
It was hard.
Incredible show tonight. What you gonna leave everybody with here this evening? That came out with us.
I'm trying to see how to spell ukuleles. Cause I was telling them I do use like a Dead Sea mud thing that I make with. It's like Dead Sea mud with some ukuleles and peppermint oil. That do work for the skin like daily. So I just kind of make that, mix it up myself, and that worked better than anything I've ever used, like bought from the store and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and especially when I was going through that phase after the narc where I thought it was like Margellans. But I want to leave everybody, because we did talk about Adam and Eve a little bit, but I did want to leave everybody with just knowing that the one thing you have to always understand is that we are much more powerful than we know. And that's why the narcissist attack was so strong, because the enemy wants to silence you. Like, he always wants to make sure that your voice is not heard. And a lot of times even if you try to step out, you might get backwards compliments, fear, or whatever might happen. Things might start to fall apart. But understand that he is afraid that once you start speaking and walking in just something, that God will start taking over and you will start to walk in your purpose. So his goal is to not let you speak at all. His goal is to keep you in fear, keep you distracted, keep you overwhelmed, keep you burdened down, keep the pressure on you. Even with all of this stuff going on in the world, it's hard to go out in boldness and speak when you're starving, when you're trying to figure out how you're going to get food for your children, when you're facing homelessness, when the money dried up or the narc took the car, and however. I get it. It is extremely hard. And what he wants to do, what God want to do, is even in those times, if you're willing to take a step, he will go ahead and start moving and activating your faith and rebuilding you, because he wants to rebuild you the way that he made you to be. He created all of us for some great purpose, for his design, not to be beat down, not to be used, not to be abused, not to be stepped on, not to be manipulated, not to be destroyed and intimidated and all of that witchcraft stuff, not to be put under a spell, not for our bodies to be defiled. He didn't create us for that. But once we start knowing our authority in Christ and who we are and get that back somehow in this wicked world, and then really start staying away from these people, understanding that we cannot change them. If God himself, some people, like how Adam and Eve did, some people ain't gonna listen to God. And I'm not saying nothing was wrong with them. They was like children. But I'm saying there are some people who will not listen to him no matter how he show himself. Even in his day when he was walking, he called them vipers and serpents and snakes. He said, y'all tombs are walking around like whitewashed tombs. They mouths. He said they was vipers, generations of vipers. So there are people that are not going to hear him. We got to look at that, and we have to be able to walk away, take that pain, heal, let God do it, and he will bring somebody into your life that is wonderful. He got wonderful people out here that need to meet each other because they will have a wonderful life. But you have to get rid of all the toxicity, because if you don't, you will still be attracted to the dark. You got to get the program out. That's all I'm gonna leave you with, because it's hard. You know, even years later, them familiar spirits that's in the bloodline, they strong. And you will find yourself in another compromising position. And if once you compromise, even if it's fun in the beginning, keep tracking that. A couple months later, pain. Couple months later, another sad story. That's what happens if you don't get it out. And you got to be willing to walk away at the next counterfeit, then the next counterfeit, because they coming. And it's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's really hard, because you really be like, please don't be the counterfeit. Please stop doing counterfeit things. Oh my gosh, this sucks. You just might be the counterfeit. You got to take that. You got to take it for what it is, and you got to be willing to walk away, and you got to trust God, because he got something better.
Mm-hmm.
The real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the real thing. The real.
I'm still waiting, but hey, he got it. I know he do.
Hey, you know, and it's gonna happen for you. It's gonna come to you. You know, you gonna find it. It's gonna find you. The right thing.
You gotta be willing to trust him now. You really do.
You can't avoid it. The right thing for you is gonna find you. You can't avoid it. You know, guys, listen. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Again, man, at the end of the day, I want to see us all win. All right, I want to see us all win. I'm gonna tell you just like I used to tell you. God is talking to you all day, every day. God is talking to every last one of us. We keep looking outside. We trying to hear something from outside. That ain't what it is. God is talking to us from inside. Every last one of us. God is talking to every last one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, again, you only hear because we ain't listening to what God is telling us. We're not listening to that voice. And you ain't going to get it until you listen to that voice. That inner voice, your inner voice cannot lie to you. I can tell you anything. Period. I can tell you anything. Not saying that I would just tell you anything. But I want you to look at yourself and be able to work it yourself, because that is what I believe God wants from all of us. I think that's what's going to make God proud. It's just the same way we look at our children and we want them to grow up and be self-sufficient. We want our children to grow up to be stronger, to do it better than we did it. And that's what I think God wants for us. That's what I believe God wants for us to grow up and use everything he gave us, not just 3% of our brain. He gave us 100% of a brain. And I think he wants us to use it and take it further than just 100% if possible. I think that we literally get caught up and stumble because we want to help people and we want people to do right. And guys, we can only do what we can do. We can only control what we can control. And we got to stop. Well, let me not say what we got to stop. What we got to start doing is we got to start listening to what God is telling us. Because he's telling us. He is telling us what it is. Listen, man, this devil's day is done. It's over. He's going to try to keep on scaring you. He's going to have all these other tactics on controlling us because that's what it's all about. Everybody, listen, Christmas is next week. New Year's is the week after that. And next week, we're going to have a special show Friday night because the one thing I do not want y'all to do is let this narc in your life and stay in your life and get your new year started off crazy. They already telling us that 2026, this devil already want us to believe 2026 is going to be the worst year ever. But we not going for it. Not for us.
Right, for them.
Not for us, for them, because they already know their day is done, man. It's over for them. It's over. I want y'all to have a Merry Christmas. I want y'all to have, happiness and with your families. And I just want us to enjoy this life, man. Start enjoying this life. If not right now, when will you start enjoying your life? If not right now, when? When? Don't let this narc walk into the new year with you. Hey guys, I'm gonna leave y'all just like we came in here with nothing but love, peace, and soul train. Good night, everybody. Have a happy, wonderful weekend, man. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you so much, Keith, for doing what you do. China was out on a date tonight, y'all. I'm gonna keep it right there. That's what. Yes, we'll see y'all next week. Yeah. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas. All right. Peace.
Bye.
Good night.